Racism knew me when I was a little boy and then shows up to the family party like 15 years later and greets me in 90-mile-per-hour Spanish, and I just like smile a lot and nod, like trying to cover up the fact that I forgot everything about my Mexican heritage in ESL because I couldn't stand all the other fucking kids laughing at me at the way I read. The alienation of not having a friend that early will drive a 4-year-old to know English in 2 weeks. Because in America, if you ever want to survive, you must scrub away the brown in your tongue, put your R's to sleep, and sound like all the history books that tell stories of friendly gatherings between pilgrims and Indians. Like about the savage Indians, about my culture told through the lens of my colonizer's colonizer, because even Spanish shouldn't be my native tongue, because even Mexicans don't know their native tongue. How many times will Mexico be the bathroom sink to other countries' bloody hands? They can build a bigger door to our house and call it America. But racism forgets we know to get to the basement. We know where we hid the keys. Go ahead, fuckers. Build a Great Wall of America, because the Underground Railroad will have a sequel. Racism knew me when I was a teenager. She was a gorgeous blue-eyed snake. She'd tell me, I don't usually date Mexican guys, but you look white, so my parents won't freak. Like I was hired as the acceptable Hollywood standard for Mexican to play in your exotic fantasies. Like I don't have dark brown in my family. Like I was circumcised at birth. Like I'm Christian and don't pray to the Virgin Mary. Like we all speak English. Like my father don't know the streets or the size of a cell. Like they didn't gentrify his home before Echo Park became Starbucks and vegan tacos. We eat carne asada, goddammit! Stop fucking with my food! Like I wasn't raised by a single mother. Like I don't have a million cousins, some of which I don't even know about. Like I vote Republican. Like I don't know what it means to be the first person to go to college and what that means to a woman who held down 3 jobs, slept 4 to 5 hours a day, and napped for lunch, or a man who drove enough miles in a truck to get to the moon and back and still found time to pick me up from school, like as if I'm just not fucking Mexican at all. Racism hangs by the water cooler at work, says shit like, if you're gonna not speak English, I prefer you don't gossip in Spanish. I don't want to have to get HR involved. I remember running into racism a couple times hanging out with my friends. They all laughed at me, called me pinche güero, gringo, cabacho, white boy. I didn't cry because I hated them. I cried because they hated me. They hated how much less I'd have to work and avoid tough questions about papers, that I'd never know about militiamen and the bodies at the borders, the angry stare of baton and gun just because they went to the meat market with a bald head and a white shirt big enough to hide their brown body but not their face, that I know English so well, that I talk all white and shit. That I don't know how to talk to abuela because I don't know how, that I don't know novelas and banda, and I wish I did. I wish I could date a Latina, meet her parents, her cousins, talk to her grandparents, be bilingually charming, go to work, and help Maria and Mary at the same fucking time flip between languages like Rosetta ain't got shit on me. Like I can represent my home with the same amount of pride we carry over our hearts. They can have my skin, my tongue, my home, but they can't have my heart. They can't have my... They can't have my boxeo. They can't stop these hips from swing and sway, because no matter how much I've swallowed and gagged on assimilation, whatever I do, it's Mexican as fuck. Because I am Mexican as fuck. Racism. Yeah, I hear this son of a bitch is running for president. Calls my friends and family criminals and rapists while slaving us to make his clothes, build his hotels, clean his fucking rooms. I'll tell you what, if I don't talk to that pendejo, but I swear to God, if I ever fucking see him again, te voy a chingar. And like any other brown poem shit, and si se puede.